So the Xbox show is in a little over 2 hours. Um, but while I have time that nobody's here, because I think my roommates will be back by then, so I'll have to hide out in my room for it if I react to it. But I'm gonna talk about Summer Games Fest stuff quick. I'm honestly pretty happy I didn't live react to that show because there are a lot of things, like, out of everything that was announced, I can name on, I think, one hand that stuff that was announced at SGF that I cared about. And even the stuff I cared about, I'm just like, okay, this doesn't, I need to see more first. Aside from Control, that's, like, I know I'm gonna play Control. And I know it's probably gonna be a very good game. But, so yeah, and then the stream was constantly lagging. It was really bad. But, yeah. Overall, I thought it was fine. Just not a lot of games that spoke to me personally. So for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each trailer that interested me, and then yeehaw, K-Kona brother. Then I will talk about it while I let it play again. Starting with Control.
It's been 7 years.
Actually, I am going to pull up another video for Control first. No idea if you guys can hear that, but for some reason, they keep switching my default browser from Chrome to Internet Explorer, so every time I try to open up a link, it keeps opening up an Internet Explorer, and it pisses me off. Oh, sorry, Microsoft Edge. It's just a shittier Windows Explorer. Or
The oldest
Internet
house
Explorer
has fallen.
Anyway, shh.
Our director, Jessie, well, she's missing. Everything we tried to contain is now loose in the streets of Manhattan. This was caused by a new type of hostile resonance. It is beyond anything that we can currently measure. Our reality is bent to follow an anomalous pattern, warping time, gravity, light, even the way we think. It's all quite terrifying. And fascinating.
So they're doing another Finnish band like they did with Element 2. I guess Post of the Fall is Finnish as well, but
All we can do is dig deeper. Keep searching for the solutions in every way we can before it's too late. This is Emily Pope, acting co-director of the Federal Bureau of Control.
Okay. Um, it's a Remedy trailer, so it looks awesome. I'm very curious to see where Jessie is, because they keep saying that she's missing. Which, okay, yeah. I don't want to say I need to know she's okay, like she's an actual, person, but I kind of do, because I do love her character. I think she's super interesting as a character, which is true of most Remedy protagonists. I'm also very curious to see what happens with Dylan, because from the reveal trailer, it looks like Jessie stabs him with his weapon that he gets, and then that's how he gets the shape-shifting weapon that he uses. Which, it's going to be interesting. And then a lot of press previews came out saying, yeah, it's basically more Remedy, and it feels really good to play. So I'm like, yeah, I'll play it. It comes out the same day as Silent Hill Townfall. So probably what will end up happening is I will get both games, and then I'll try to play this first. Maybe, I don't know. I'll see how I feel when we get closer to launch. Because, like I said, the new Townfall stuff has made me a bit more interested in the game. If that last trailer for Townfall hadn't come out, I definitely would be playing this Control 2 up first. But that last trailer got me more interested in it. So, yeah, let's go into this. So, watch the bottom. Replay this, and I don't know why I'm doing this. I think it's just to kill time at this point, but I was walking in sorrow, wandering wild. I saw a terrible nightmare, the spirit of an ancient dead one. I'm assuming that this is going to be told from the perspective of one of the twins. I'm personally leaning towards Jessie, but a lot of people are leaning towards Dylan. And I can see their reasoning, but I don't know, something about this just seems more like Jessie to me. Anyway, who is this dark force bringing misery? This fierce power holding dominion. With all the beauty vanished, the tone of soul died down. And then a bewildering darkness, one that erases the past. I'm assuming this is going to be talking about their history in Ordinary, which I can't remember if I got that far in the story. I really wanted to go back and finish Control yesterday, but I got 0 sleep the night before, and I was just out of it, so I wasn't even able to make it good content, and I wouldn't remember what happened anyway. So yeah, one that erases the past, reaching upward, yet unaware of the future. I shattered golden chains, hung up the rusted irons. I crossed the lonely night, and there I found myself again. This is the part that people are like, yeah, this is definitely Dylan. Which I get. For a long time I wandered, roaming wild and free. I lost my past, lost all sense of time. Where does a man's memory lie? Among the stars in the heavens, where's the landscape of the mind? Among the long drifting clouds? And then more of the traditional Finnish music. In the evening I prepared. By morning I settled myself, standing before a new dream, awakened to my own hope. The winds carried from the realm of the dead. I repelled them like a storm. In hell there is danger of frost, coldness in the lands of the underworld. In hell there is danger of frost, coldness in the lands of the underworld. I'm very curious. Very, very curious. Since like Alan Wake 2, Max Payne 2, they've been hiding hints about the story in the songs. Like, there's one of the songs in let me look up the name quick. I'm gonna pull up the Old Gods album quickly, if I can find it. This way. I believe it is Balance Slays the Demon. Balance Slays the Demon lyric. This one you don't really need audio for because it's a reversed message. Hopefully they have that in the lyric part. That would be funny if they didn't. Scrambled words, damn it. Yeah, here we go. Reverse hidden message. It will happen again in another town called Ordinary. This game came out in 2012, and then their next major, I guess, Quantum Break came out between then, but the next major Remedyverse game was Control, which has the Faden twins that lived in a town called Ordinary. When shit hits the fan there, that's when Dylan gets taken to the FBC, basically. So Remedy has been hiding stuff in their lyrics for ages. They've just been more creative with it recently by having like Finnish singers do it. Like Yotan Yo is, from what I remember, it's told from the perspective of Mr. Scratch, and it very verbatim is like kind of gives away the twist if you know Finnish. But yeah, so they've been doing that for a while. I think there's going to be something important in those lyrics. Anyway. Next trailer.
100 years have passed.
So yeah, Bloober's making this. I think I should talk about this quick. Saw as a franchise is one of my favorites ever. But Saw 1 particularly... Sorry, I don't know why I had on pause. But Saw 1 particularly is one of my favorite horror movies ever. So yeah. I'm a little pissy about how this game is, but yeah, I'll wait.
But I call you a prophet. Pain is our only true path to redemption. It strips away the lies that people tell themselves. Only then do they get to see what really makes them tick. A sacrifice must always be paid in blood. Live or die. Your book, bound in blood, inspires those who are worthy. The spiral bleeds ever deeper.
Sign up still. But yeah, it's not a DVD clone, Dead by Daylight clone, which I'm very happy with. It's more of an Outlast Trials clone, which originally I was fully against Outlast Trials, and I refused to play it. Basically until the game was $10 on Xbox, and I started playing it, and I'm like, oh, this plays nothing like Dead by Daylight, and it's actually fucking fun to play. I'm curious to see if there's a solo option in this, or if there's going to be AI or anything, like the solo AI, where there's like 2 players who are played by AI. I'm curious about that. If there's not, then less likely I'll play it, unless I get over social anxiety stuff. But I'm curious. They're adding more lore to John Kramer, which I'm fine with, honestly. I really like his backstory stuff, but obviously, you know, he's not going to be alive 100 years ago, because this is set after World War I. I think they said 1920s. And then obviously the bad guy is the guy who loses his jaw in the intro. This guy. He's the bad guy. Because you can see in the next shot of him, he has a little mask thing. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm very interested to see how that turns out. I hope it does well. I hope everything comes well of that. Trying to think of anything else I want to say about this one particularly. The way they revealed this is pretty cool. They had Billy come out on stage with Jeff. It was really cute. Yeah, I'm very interested. They hadn't said if this is canon to the movies yet, but I assume it will be. Because they haven't really given a fuck about the overarching plot of Saw since, like, the 3rd movie. And they just make it more and more ridiculous with each one, which I'm fine with. I love it. That's part of the reason why I love the series so much. So yeah, it looks really interesting. I'm gonna leave this tab open, though. Excuse me. Oh yeah, this one I was, like, not even popping off for this once, like, literally, let me go, like, right here. I figured out this is the RE engine because of this floor texture. It's the same one that's used in the hospital in RE9. So I figured out this was either RE9. I was really hoping it was RE9 DLC and not the Code Veronica remake, because I want RE9 DLC more than Code Veronica. Sorry, Veronica. Such a stupid name change, but it's not like the end of the world for me. But yeah, this is like all in-engine stuff. I'm assuming this is going to be like RE3 remake, where none of this is in the final game. Like none of this part up to maybe like here. So yeah, she gets captured by Hunk. Has this whole, ooh, what do you think it is? Totally not obvious, right, guys? I think her new design is fine, but I think I like her RE2 remake face model more, but maybe it'll grow on me. Yeah, they just gave a 2027 release window, which doesn't happen with Resident Evil all that often. The last time that's happened in the modern era was Village, and Village was delayed because of COVID. So I'm assuming they don't have a set release date because maybe they think GTA will still get delayed even with all the stuff from Take-Two. I don't know. But I think around Tokyo Game Show is when we'll get a release date, a full-on release date. Also, yeah, oh, that reminds me, as I open my mouth, my jaw's popping a lot, so pardon if you guys hear that in the video. I don't think you will, it's not that loud. Anyway, let me see here. This wasn't even at Summer Games Fest, this was announced like an hour after it ended. Very weird.
Never trust anyone, and rely on your instincts. It's time to look sharp and concentrate. It's both easier and more difficult than you might imagine. Now, let's get this show running.
Sorry, I bumped my mic. Yeah, no, like, real gameplay stuff. I'm gonna pull the page up on Steam quick. Excuse me. Stepping in the origins of the world's deadliest... I don't think you guys can see this. No, you can't. I'm gonna just read it off then. Fate 3 remastered on modern platforms. Follow the evolution of Agent 47 from his creation to his most dangerous assignments across the world, defined by deception, power, and consequence. Included game titles: Hitman 1, Codename 47, Hitman 2, Silent Assassin, Hitman Contracts. The issue is, Contracts is literally a remake of Silent Assassin, if I remember correctly. Or maybe Silent Assassin is a remake of 47, the first game. I know one of them is like basically a remake where it like redoes the levels. So yeah, I'm interested. I'm probably not going to play it on the channel, but I am very interested in the game. Because I have played those older Hitmans, and man, they're both a bitch to get running properly on modern hardware, and they don't really look the best or play the best. I really hope they fix up the gameplay for some of them. Like, they can keep the level design and everything else, or they should keep the level design and everything else the same, but just make it a little bit less clunky to control would be great. Gonna mute this because it's James Bond music, and I'm just gonna show the ending anyway. So yeah, they revealed Bombava, the music guy, will return in a story DLC pack. They did make it seem like it's gonna be free, which is good to hear. Let me see here. First, do they give the picture of everything? There we go. Right at the start. Yeah, new Texim updates. That's, like, we have the Valhalla mission that's coming, I think they said next week. A PC update for path tracing, for Switch 2, new gadget, new Game Plus campaign. I don't even understand how that's going to happen, but cool. James Bond Day celebration, I think that's in July? I think? Anyway. Photo mode. Yeah, and then they give us the wish list rewards that they were promising. I know, muffin. Life sucks, doesn't it? Okay, next up is the Chronos DLC.
I tried
Reminder, this was my game of the year last
in
year.
many ways. I
The main game
brought
was.
her with me. Because I was sure I would find a solution here. But eventually, it began to haunt me. It was her. Always her.
Yeah, it looks super interesting. I'm gonna pull up the tweet from the studio quickly. Let me see here. Here we go. Clonus Lazarus. Use enhanced traversal and combat abilities to outrun a relentless tracker as you race to revive a lost essence. I'm assuming that it's not going to be like a timed DLC or anything. If you don't do it fast enough, you lose and get the bad ending. But that would be interesting if it does do that. I shouldn't be reading Twitter comments. My mental health is shitty enough as it is. Anyway, okay, so story DLC. I'm cleaning my glasses quick. Plays the Warden, protagonist long requested by fans. He's the bad guy of the first game, of the original version game thing. That whole thing still doesn't make complete sense to me, but I've only played the story once. I need to do the other ending still. Okay, Origins of the Legend, Pathfinder transforming into the Warden, uncover lingering mysteries from the base game, new weapons and abilities, new challenges and obstacles, outrun the powerful tracker, which is a relentless enemy. I'm assuming he's going to be like a Mr. X or something. High-octane encounters, more aggressive gameplay styles, and new locations. I'm really excited. Yeah, it looks really good. And then lastly, we got the Halloween trailer.
There's so much evil inside him.
Okay, back inside, everyone.
Let's go, Myers.
Fueled by his rage, I shudder to think what he might be capable of.
Since when do they let them wander around?
Myers is out. Secure the gate.
I knew what would come next. Every soul unfortunate enough to cross Michael's path would suffer. No one knew of the evil that was walking among them. Unreasoning, relentless, evil. But sometimes I think the truth was something much more terrible. I wonder if perhaps Michael is able to actually move through shadows.
Something that's really funny to me about this.
Ever wonder where the fresh milk?
Something that's really funny to me about this trailer is obviously Donald Pleasance unfortunately passed away quite a few years ago. So, but like, right? Come on. Right here. Oh, I got Sinking City to do too. I gotta show that trailer. So right here, that's very obviously Donald Pleasance, based on Donald Pleasance, and it's voiced by the guy who voices him in the newer movies, who does a very, very good Donald Pleasance impression. So like, that's just Donald Pleasance to me. and then they cut to Laurie, who doesn't even look like Jamie Lee Curtis. I just think that's funny. But yeah, I'm interested in the story mode of that. I'm gonna do game releases 2026. Starting with August, and then let's do Sinking City 2, PS2. I will spoil one thing. There is a demo that they released at the end of this for PC, and oh my god, it was so fucking good. Welcome to Arkham Cthulhu Mythos Manifest. Investigation is survival. When the Abyss awakes. Fear. Is what you manage. August 18th, yeah.
Oh, my hero! You'd really save little old me.
PlayStation.
So fucking excited for that, man. It's so good. So yeah, they did a demo on PC. That was my first Unreal Engine 5 game on PC, and it ran pretty well. But I have like no fair comparison, because most UE5 games run worse on PC compared to console, and it's just not a fair comparison. So I hope the final product runs well. I was getting like 60 to 80 FPS with like mildly with the high settings, and I'm assuming even if I knocked it down to medium, I would have gotten even more. But I figured it was the perfect balance between what I wanted the game to look like in terms of graphical fidelity and how I wanted it to run. So yeah, a very, very good demo. I'm so goddamn excited for the final game, man. I am gonna have the release date up here quick, August 18th, in case this wasn't updated yet. Oh, nope, it was. Okay, so I got Hell Let You Loose Vietnam. That's probably, unfortunately, going to get pushed to next year for me once it goes on sale, just considering how bad the beta was. I ended up scrapping that recording. I didn't mention I was going to record the beta, but I did one match, and I'm like, oh, this game needs another year in the oven at least. And then they delayed it from June to August. I don't think that's going to be enough to fix the issues, but maybe it will be. Sinking City 2 is August 18th. I am going to be gone the first week and a half of August, so thankfully nothing I want is coming out then. Zero Company is probably going to get played on my own time if I get it at launch, but that's the Star Wars RTS. I'm just not really interested in RTS games, or it's not a RTS, it's a tactics game. I'm just not interested in that genre, but if there's a series that would get me to enjoy a tactics game, it would be Star Wars. But I also did enjoy the Mario and Rabbids games. I love those games, both of them. I think both of them are probably some of the best Switch exclusives of that generation. But yeah. Halloween is on the 8th, then Wolverine is on the 15th, and then Control is on the 24th, as well as Townfall is the 24th, and then Onimusha is the 25th. Onimusha is probably going to get pushed to October. Or November. Galactic Racer is the 6th of October. I'm planning on playing that. I don't know if I'll play it on the channel, though. If I remember correctly, Silver Pines is like a really weird... yeah. It has a demo out. It looks really interesting. I haven't played the demo yet. There's the Toy Story remasters that look really good. That's going to be an on my own time thing, I'm pretty sure. Insomnia is, I think they said it's coming to console on the same date, but if it doesn't, that's going to be an on my own time game, and then whenever it comes to console, I'll play it. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of new stuff that I wanted to talk about. I got like an hour and a half until the showcase starts, so yeah, I'm hoping we see some good games at the showcase. And I'll talk more about that as we get closer to when it happens in a bit. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope everything goes great, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little side thing I did for all the trailers. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye.